Coming up on Theater Talk.
You like this play too, Jesse?
Yeah, I listed it as my top play of the year.
You're listicle.
And my listicle, yes, that's what we all are now, listiclers.
That's right. That's pretty much it. That's what journalism has become.
Theater Talk is made possible in part by the CUNY TV Foundation. From New York City, this is Theater Talk. I'm Susan Haskins.
And I'm Michael Riedel of the New York Post, and it's time to assess what we've seen on and off Broadway. We're midway through the theater season, and we have assembled our panel of critics. We are joined tonight by Elisabeth Vincentelli, my colleague from the New York Post, Charles Isherwood from the New York Times, and Jesse Green from New York Magazine. Welcome. It's like an optometrist convention here.
All right. I'm bioptical.
That's right. You're bioptical.
I'm going to do like this and chew on mine.
Exactly. All right. Now, my favorite show
mine back on.
My favorite show of the year, because I've had a lot of columns out of it, is the David Mamet masterpiece China Doll, starring the great American iconic actor Al Pacino. Does it live up to its billing, Elizabeth? It is supposed to be the worst play of all time.
Did you say China Doll?
That's it, yeah. What has gone wrong here?
Everything.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't even know where to begin with that one. It's kind of amazing.
Can you tell us a bit what it's about, if we know what the plot is?
It's about some mucky-muck political fixer and a plane and a lot of pacing and a lot of one-sided phone conversations, which, as Nick Kroll and John Mulaney say in their very funny off-Broadway show, Oh, Hello, the one-sided phone conversation is one of the worst things you can see at the theater, and they make great fun of it. And that show, China Doll, is an hour and a half or 2 hours of
Pacino talking into the ear.
Yeah, he has a Bluetooth, which is very convenient because apparently some vultures said that he's been having problems remembering his lines.
I reported that his lines are being fed through the Bluetooth, and he's got teleprompters embedded in the set. When you see this as a critic, can you tell that that's what's going on?
I saw him looking at a computer screen for lines.
Well,
it's
that's
quite
horribly
evident.
sad.
But that is the least problem of
yes.
this play. It really is. He is golden compared to what else is going on in that theater.
It's all about David Mamet, I think. That is where it begins and ends.
Has it?
It's just.
Has Mamet lost his touch? It's been a long time, Charles, since Mamet has had a great play.
It's been a good 20 years, I think.
At least.
Yeah, I mean, there was the Boston Marriage, there was The Alchemist, there was November. These were not
Race,
The Anarchist.
The Anarchist.
That's
so
what
these
are not great plays.
It's been a long run of very bad plays, and yet they continue to get produced on Broadway because he's a named playwright and he gets stars.
And also because producing his new plays gives producers access to his classic plays.
Right.
Even those don't do so well anymore. The Last American Buffalo.
I do think the price to work with David Mamet, if you want to do a revival of Glengarry Glen Ross's, you have to do the new play. And apparently he just writes it and doesn't do very much rewriting at all anymore and presents the play, and then you just have to do it.
And no one will say no to him? I mean, the producer and the director won't say no?
Why would they? Look at the show is terrible, and it's
got
still
a $5 million advance.
A ton of money. So who's to complain? Just us.
Just us little old
It's
critics.
been clearing $1 million a week, which is pretty amazing for us.
It's going to be dropping, it's starting to drop.
Probably.
This question, though, there are a lot of earpieces and line feeding going on now. Bruce Willis, I mean, he's not an old guy, and he's in Misery. He doesn't even have to do blocking, but he's got an earpiece. When the Times ran the photograph with the review, you could see the earpiece. I mean, is this cheating?
For Misery, it didn't bother me because I think Misery is a kind of little. It's like the B movies of yore. It's a kind of pulpy genre play. I really enjoyed it.
Based on the Stephen King.
Yes, it's not great, but I found it was great fun.
Didn't you find Bruce Willis's performance kind of low energy compared with what he does on screen?
Well, yeah, but at the same time,
Plus, he was listening to something else on his earpiece.
But remember Richard Dreyfuss in bed the whole time, and you know that there was a performance going on, and Bruce Willis.
These are movie actors.
Yeah,
not all movie actors really know what to do on a stage.
Right.
I'm not saying he doesn't have a good performance in his head. It's just not getting out
in his
there.
ear.
Well, he doesn't have the stage technique. I thought it was terrible, actually, and I thought it was just in line with the Pacino play, just another star vehicle that is going to make the money it needs to make. But I don't care about the earpiece if the performance is so wonderful that your attention is drawn to that.
I mean, the great
Angela
example.
Lansbury.
Or Marion Selznick,
By
remember?
Spirit, yeah.
Right.
Angela Lansbury.
Well, but the actors of a certain age, okay. I mean, what's her name there in the Gin Game?
Cicely Tyson.
Cicely Tyson and James Earl Jones. They both have the earpieces. They do extend the careers of 90-year-old actors to some extent.
But they deliver the goods, Cecily.
But they deliver.
James.
They do deliver the goods.
They were undetectable to me in that show.
But I mean, don't you think it's a requirement of an actor Bruce Willis's age to memorize the lines? Is that called professionalism?
Yeah, I would say it is, and yes, it is a problem because people are paying full price for that. You expect the actor to fulfill their end of the bargain, but yes, I did. I enjoyed Misery very much, despite that.
But one of the problems with Misery, and especially with China Doll, in terms of memorizing lines, it's the same goddamn lines. Oh, am I allowed to say that? Over and over again. It's extremely hard to memorize, I would imagine. The plane. Yes.
I am not.
What's the tail number? What's the tail number? Where is she? What's her
From
name?
China?
What's the tail? Oh my God! We've just done the play.
That's the play. That's China
it.
Doll right
That's
there. Okay. Now, Charles, there was a show that I thought was great fun this year. That is not Hamilton, but Andrew Lloyd Webber's new show, School of Rock.
Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man.
But I gather you weren't charmed by this
I feel like
adorable show.
Put a bunch of kids on stage, put guitars in their hands, and the critics go to mush. I thought it was,
Seems to have worked on you.
a nice little, a nice family show. I think it's really sweet that he opened it up to high schools and whatnot, amateur. But, it's a very thin show. Slacker Dude teaches kids to rock, sock it to the man. 3 hours of this, or 2.5
I think it's
hours?
stick it to the man.
Yeah.
Sock it to the man, stick it to the man, whatever. Shove it to the man. That's how uninterested in that show I was. I thought he did a decent job of making, some old-fashioned rock, but I didn't.
I actually liked Andrew Lloyd Webber's score. I thought it was a good old Andrew Lloyd Webber rock and roll kind of score, Jesse.
I didn't know there were any good.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
It was good enough, but there's something very uncomfortable about stick it to the man when Andrew Lloyd Webber is the definition of the man. I mean, he's a Tory peer, Lord, sorry, who flies back home to do Grinchy votes. He is the man. And also, the music, although he's good at it, I admit that there is a problem with rock music as a storytelling language in the theater, and this show, to my mind, doesn't really solve that problem.
Did you enjoy this, Elizabeth?
Yeah, I enjoyed it very much. I am a Lloyd Webber fan.
Yeah, so am I.
He has a supreme gift for melody, which is rare.
Yeah.
And
so rare, it was Puccini's.
Exactly.
No,
well,
that's kind of unfair.
Well, that's a no. But yes, I agree. It's ridiculous that "Stick It to the Man" is a big song when the man wrote it, and its view of rock and roll as this agent of subversion is ridiculous in our day and age because. As
now you sound like you don't like this show.
Years. No, I find the show really enjoyable because what it has is that it's very well crafted and well put together, which is kind of rare on Broadway when you think about it, which is insane at those prices. Yeah. When you see shows that are completely incompetent, like China Doll is. Yeah. School of Rock is really well put together. If I had a kid.
But it does look like a hit, School of Rock. To me.
Yeah, I think so, and good for Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's been a drought.
It's been 30 years. Think about it. Andrew Lloyd Webber has not had a hit on Broadway since The Phantom of the Opera. 30 years. Every show he did after that failed.
Was Sunset Boulevard?
It lost a ton of money. It ran, but it lost. That was Andrew Lloyd Webber at the height of just spending gazillions on everything, where every set had to be gigantic and the mansion had to fly and all. And
where he had to pay off Patti LuPone.
And he had to pay off Patti LuPone and all.
And Faye Dunaway, I believe.
And Faye Dunaway.
She calls the pool at her country house the Andrew Lloyd Webber Memorial Pool.
Yeah, because he fired her from the London production, had to pay her out $1 million or something like that. So, but you do like Phantom, though, right, Charles?
In all your fantasies.
I went back to see it recently, and I thought it was in great shape, and I had a great time. And I'm very impressed at how that show has been maintained by Hal Prince, who I think goes back quite often.
He does go back quite often.
And it's, I think, his greatest achievement.
One of the things I did like about School of Rock, though, is I like the little kids who are not professional actors. They're musicians first, and so their awkwardness, I think, works well in the show.
I think if you're going to have kids on stage, Matilda is a much better show.
Yeah.
Now, Matilda is really subversive and incredibly smart. It's wonderful. And School of Rock is definitely the LIT version of that, but I find it just really just a fun show.
Now, speaking of, I'm going to get serious here for some serious theater, Charles. On Your Feet, the Gloria Estefan musical that you
Very
liked.
profound experience. Well, I mean,
I think. Did you?
The truth is that you go into jukebox musicals with expectations, you know, somewhere around the floor. This one, I thought, had a lot of good stuff going for it. The music was very upbeat. The choreography was, you know, lively. I thought the performances were really good. Both of the leads I thought were fine. It's not a great show. It's not something that is going to be, you know, recorded in the annals of music theater history as one of the greats.
Did you conga on the way out of the theater, Charles?
I most certainly did not.
Is On Your Feet, as they describe Hamilton, is it a game changer the way Hamilton is, Jesse?
Oh, for heaven's sake. Hamilton, in my opinion, isn't even a game changer, but On Your Feet isn't even in that game.
Yeah.
On Your Feet is a good job in a kind of bastardized genre. And, you know, it's nice for those who like it. For me, you know, when they sang The Rhythm's Gonna Get You, that was like, ah! Don't, please don't
Leave
get
me
me.
alone.
You know, it's, to my mind, I agree with you, Charles, but I also found it kind of overselly. You know, everything's like so turned up, the colors, the volumes, the performances. I did like the two leads because they weren't quite at that hysterical level of performance.
Well, I went expecting nothing, but I have to say, it's about the immigrant experience, which
Is
at
it?
this time
Is it really?
a little...
I don't really think so. I think it says that
Elisabeth.
in the book, but I don't think it really is.
Elisabeth.
Well, I liked it too. I enjoyed it. Actually, it's the one show I have family visiting for Christmas, and I got them tickets for On Your Feet.
Yeah.
It is perfect for that.
It is perfect for that.
French people love they love Gloria Estefan?
Well, they especially love a show that you don't really need that much English to follow the plot. That's what they love.
That's half the things on Broadway. What are you talking about?
You can take your family to many things.
No, but
Chinese for instance.
Well,
it's not going to help you if you know English.
Now, Charles, there is a play that you liked very much called The Humans that I think is going to be moving to Broadway on the strength of your big review there.
And they're coming on Theater Talk.
Hey, what was mine? Chopped liver?
I think it got almost uniformly good reviews.
Yeah, well, tell us about this play and why.
Well, I mean, I think it's a very interesting play. It's basically, I mean, it's a classic family gathering drama. They're there at Thanksgiving, squabbling a bit. But as it goes on, it reveals more and more layers about the troubles this family is facing. And I think it speaks to the moment when the middle class is feeling very pinched on every side and everyone is anxious about their futures. So I think it's a very, very well done play and staged beautifully. Whether it will succeed on Broadway is another question. There are no stars. But I think it's a good sign that it's even being done on Broadway, frankly.
You like this play too, Jesse?
Yeah, I listed it as my top play of the year.
Your listicle.
And my listicle, yes, that's what we all are now, listiclers.
That's right. That's pretty much it. That's what journalism has become.
And like Charles, you know, I admired greatly the way within a genre piece it really began to touch on, without underlining too much, larger issues than just whose boyfriend is this and whose girlfriend is that. And also, it played with the genre because, as you know, something happens during the course of it and becomes very terrifying. And it's not in a way you expect in what seems to be a naturalistic play. And you know, I don't know what people on Broadway will make of it, but Scott Rudin apparently saw the play and just loved it and grabbed it and took it.
And it's directed by Joe Mantello, we should say. The Humans was one of the most depressing plays I've ever seen, but very powerful. It's a feel-bad experience. And I say that with all due respect for the play. But
I want Long Day's Journey into
I
Night.
agree. I think it's actually there's quite a lot of humor in the play, too.
Right.
Don't criticize me for caring about my mental health.
Okay. What about Rich's mom is a therapist? Why don't you get it from her?
Yeah, Dad, I'll get therapy from my mother-in-law. That's an awesome idea.
She's not your mother-in-law unless you get married.
Well, I found it exhilarating. It is upsetting, but you know, I like to be upset. Although, I mean, if you don't like feeling those things, most of great theater is going to be off your list.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Stick on your feet
like
with
feeling
Elizabeth's
those
family.
things,
Maybe you're not in the right moment to feel those things.
No. I was very moved by it, but it was so. But I was very moved by it. But it was. You know, you walked out with no hope for anybody.
I don't know.
I don't agree. Actually,
you don't agree?
No, I don't agree. It definitely ends on a downer. But I feel the play is more subtle than that because there's something about seeing that family trying to work it out, like in their model way, that it's not hopeful, but it's not a downer either. And what I found exciting about the play is, well, there's many things that are great about it, but I love seeing those actors. They're so together. They work as a real unit. And it's such a pleasure to see an ensemble like that is so balanced. And they're all, they're not stars. They're all like stage vets.
They're great journeymen.
No,
they're all very talented. And
they're incredibly good.
And also, they're an ensemble that is working on two levels,
right.
which is interesting. There are two levels to the staging, so...
Two physical levels, not metaphorical levels.
Two tiers.
Two floors.
So it's really incredible the way this show is really put together. Each moment flows into the next with no confusion whatsoever.
What about Eclipsed? Speaking of powerful plays coming
off-Broadway plays moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very powerful play, too. I mean, it obviously is very dark subject matter.
What is it about?
It's about women being brutalized in the course of conflicts in Africa.
Stay away from that one, Susan.
Yeah, and of course it's probably
we're doing that here, too?
It's probably moving to Broadway because Lupita Nyong'o is in it, and she's quite radiant, but she's not the star. Right. It's an ensemble piece.
It's also very much an ensemble, yeah.
There's a play, seems popular, King Charles III, about Queen Elizabeth finally dies, and Charles ascends to the throne.
A fantasy, in other words.
But then he's done in by his own family. I mean, it sounds Shakespearean, Charles, and it's I believe it's written in blank verse, right?
Yeah, I think most of it is. I saw it in London. I haven't seen it on Broadway. I thought it was very clever. The conceit was very intriguing. I don't think it's a profound play. I wouldn't compare it to Shakespeare. Obviously, it's written in a Shakespearean mode. But,
right.
You know, I don't think it's...
But it does...
It didn't, you know...
You didn't like it, Elizabeth?
Oh,
you're making a face. Is
that
because you're French and it's English?
Oh my God! Why is it here? It's this bizarre Anglophilia, this admiration for the former masters. I do not understand it. Why? Why is this here? It is so mediocre.
Well, there's definitely
It is this fake profundity. There's nothing going on there. There's no depth. There's no bite. There's nothing. There's pretty accents, and the jokes are, she looks like
Kate Middleton.
Kate Middleton. Look at Kate. Look at what she's doing. Ha ha. It's awful. What tripe?
Wow.
All right. Okay. You didn't like it?
Read between the lines.
I didn't see it. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what we're talking about. Don't ask me.
You
Yes, of course I saw it. I had to review it.
Right.
That's a powerful opinion, Elizabeth.
It made me angry, that play. It did.
Well, I think that's probably a good thing. But, you know, nobody's going to make great claims for it as Shakespearean.
No.
But I thought it was fun, and I thought the performances were very good.
Elizabeth has a point, though, here. There seems to be a lot of Anglophilia around
Well, yes,
Broadway
this is the slot. You know, there's 1 or 2 slots each year.
Or 12.
Yeah, what's it? Just the... Broadway, the rich Broadway people who can afford to see these things, they love whatever comes from London has the patina of sophistication.
Well, if they do, then some producer's going to feed it. It's a business.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Where are the French plays? That's what I want to know.
Well, actually, there's one coming in the spring.
Called?
The Father with...
That's by Strindberg.
It must be a different
it's
father.
another. It's by,
It's a different father?
It's Le Père.
Florian Zeller.
Oh.
And I think it's an MTC with Frank, your friend, Frank Langella.
Oh, yeah, that could be fun.
Is it Broadway or off-Broadway? Anyway,
No,
it's coming.
it's Broadway.
Big,
it is Broadway.
Frank Langella did the father, the Strindberg.
He did the father. I remember.
I think is it called The Father?
Now,
I believe
it
it's
is called The Father, yes.
Yeah.
Before we go, I would like to ask you about 2 more plays, The Color Purple and A View from the Bridge.
Well,
What do
we
these
have...
have in common?
Okay. Well,
There are people at bare feet.
they're both London imports.
Right.
They're
That's
both
true.
London
Yes.
imports.
That's right. That's right.
The patina,
Strangely enough.
the patina of highbrow, which is amazing because you would not get caught with those productions if they were American bred, but if they're coming from London, it's just okay.
Yeah. Well, this Color Purple is one of those spared down, scaled down.
John Doyle.
It's a John Doyle rethinking, and I know there's a lot of disagreement on this panel about it, but I thought it was fantastic. I thought the...
I think Charles just dry heaved.
No, I think it's transcendent, myth-making, everything else. I haven't seen it yet. I'm seeing it tomorrow afternoon. But the reviews were certainly, you had some reservations, but yours was fairly positive.
Jennifer Hudson is in it.
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson,
she's in it.
That's their line for the marquee. Jennifer Hudson, she's in it.
Elisabeth Vincentelli, New York Post.
The performance by the star, the British star Cynthia Erivo, I think it's pronounced, is really one of those performances you have to see. It's incredibly good.
Really, that good?
And I would say there's a lot of good revivals. Well, not a lot, but there's some good revivals, but they're revivals of shows that were already good generally. Yeah.
Like
This is a revival of a show that was really not very good the first time around.
It was Goop. I thought it was Goop the first time around.
It isn't anymore. It's really quite powerful, and I say that as someone who did not enjoy the first production.
Does she still make pants, Celie? She makes pants.
Yes,
Oh,
there
and
is
what
that.
pants?
Yes.
And what pants?
If you like sunflower yellow pants with big white buttons
Those are
across
not
the front.
the worst. Those are actually the best.
Charles,
Whoa.
I think your fashion sense may be deeply offended.
I'm getting, maybe I should bring, sunglasses.
Don't worry, the rest of the show is so dim, it won't...
All right, we got it.
Do we like Spring Awakening, which is a few more weeks to run?
Which is the deaf version, right?
No.
I think, yes, it's terrific. I really think they've done a remarkable job of making this musical work in a very complicated way, and yet it's very clear. It's another revival that I think, even though it seems premature, it sort of justifies its presence. Obviously, you disagree. Jesse, what's your opinion?
Can you sign it for us?
I liked it, and I thought it was better than the original production.
Do you like Spring Awakening, the show itself?
I like it. I don't love it, but I like it, and I like the original.
Yeah, I do too.
And this one I like. This one I admire what they were doing, but it didn't really grab me. I thought the actors were actually very bland.
Oh, Daniel Durant, I loved him.
Very professional, very accomplished, but there's no like. They're just no. They're all those little like Carnegie Mellon graduates, and they're so good, technically good, and there's absolutely no.
I certainly felt the thing that you're missing among the deaf actors, especially. I really thought they were fantastic.
I did too. Yes.
Yeah.
And for someone who is a hearing person to experience sign language used in that way was kind of thrilling.
Is that what you call yourselves these days? Hearing?
I'm a hearing person.
All right, we got to wrap up. What? Just looking ahead. What's on your what's on your radar screen? What are you looking forward to coming up in the spring?
On Broadway?
Anything? Any particular play, a playwright, an actor, whatever you think is going to be fun for the spring.
The only musical that's coming in the spring that I can think of that is, angling to get some of the Hamilton pie is Shuffle Along, which is has an amazing cast of Audra McDonald and
Brian Stokes Mitchell
and many others, and directed and written by George Wolfe.
And Savion Glover doing the choreography.
Based on the original musical in the 20s, that was a kind of groundbreaking and historic change in the way musicals were presented on stage, and that history was sort of disappeared. And George C. Wolfe is trying to show us, bring it back.
And now, Charles, you tend to travel around the country looking at things. Is there any play out there that you're looking forward to jumping on the plane to go see? The Al Pacino private plane?
Yeah, if only. Actually, I haven't looked that far ahead, frankly. Can barely look beyond next weekend.
Or Miss Seeley's Pants tomorrow.
Well, a couple of shows that I've already reviewed are coming to Broadway. The Steve Martin musical Bright Star with Edie Brickell.
How is that?
It's a nice, nostalgic kind of show. I don't know that it's going to give Hamilton a run for its money. Tuck Everlasting is also coming.
And Waitress.
Another family show. There's nothing that I'm ecstatic
you
about.
make
Maybe
family shows sound so awful.
Well, a lot of the
Family
musicals kind of
show.
got scared away into the next season.
Yeah, because Hamilton is the big foot.
First time I'm thinking past tomorrow. When I am not throwing away my
But
I'm surprised there are that many coming in, frankly.
There's the play Blackbird, which was done off-Broadway a couple of years ago and which was terrific.
Oh, talk about your feel-bad, powerful play. Whoa.
Yeah,
that'll be
but
good.
now with Michelle Williams and Jeff Daniels.
Yeah. And Elizabeth, anything besides Le Père that you are...
I'm looking forward to the Crucible, actually.
Really?
Fantastic cast, directed by Ivo Van Hove,
Who did
whose
this?
View from the Bridge is sensational,
On Broadway
and whose
now.
Lazarus is terrible.
Oh my God.
So, whoa.
What is Lazarus?
It's the David Bowie musical.
Oh, yeah, this is
theater workshop.
just open. I hear it's incomprehensible.
It's not
It's a
so
nice
much
way of
that-
putting it.
Well, yeah.
Pretentious, I think, is the actual word.
But I saw some people gave it rave reviews.
They do that.
Did Ben Brown?
Were they online?
Did Ben review it in the...
I don't know. I mean, I know he reviewed it.
Oh, that's better.
But
But you didn't read the review.
Well, I hadn't seen it yet, so I generally try
I
to
just heard
avoid.
from the first preview down there at the New York Theater Workshop that nobody had any clue what was going on of Lazarus.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Elizabeth Vincentelli from the New York Post, Charles Isherwood from the New York Times, and Jesse Green from New York Magazine. Thanks for giving us a report card on the Broadway and off-Broadway season so far. Thank you very much.
And I promise to give Mr. Sheebly full command. And with me in control of the band as a whole, we will rock and we'll roll with our heart and our soul. If you're in, raise your hand.
I'm in the band, 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 I'm in the band.
Yes, you're in the band.
We're in the band,
You're in the band.
we're in the band.
You're in the band.
Our thanks to the Friends of Theater Talk for their significant contribution to this production. Theater Talk is made possible in part by the Frederick Lowe Foundation, the CORY and Bob Donnelly Charitable Fund, the Noel Coward Foundation, Carrie J. Fries, the Dorothy Strelson Foundation, and the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs.
We welcome your questions or comments for Theater Talk. Thank you